Hello. Oh, Mike, you're muted. Hello. Hi, Mike.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too. And happy Friday to everyone watching, and also happy Friday to this guy.
What's up, guys?
What's going
Hey.
on?
Cheers.
Cheers. What are you drinking, David?
I'm drinking a very cool thing that I'm going to let your viewers in on. It's actually a delicious scotch from Trader Joe's called Finlagen. And it's a very peaty, smoky scotch, and it's only $22.
Oh, yeah, from Trader Joe's?
Go find it. Trader Joe's Finlagen. It tastes like a Lafroig, like a little brother to Lafroig, if you're familiar with that kind of scotch. It's a smoky, peaty scotch. And for $22, you cannot beat it, especially the way that I drink it. So,
yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hi, boys.
Beer.
Hello.
Beer. It's my two friends who did not go to G-Fest along with me. So
yeah, I know.
I missed you, but I didn't miss you because I wasn't there either.
In fact, I think
is this the no G-Fest night?
Yeah, if our other two guests show up, we'll have
I'm not
no G-Fest.
I'm not dogging on G-Fest. It's just that
I think everybody tonight didn't go to G-Fest.
Yeah, because we have two other people coming on that didn't go to G-Fest either.
That's what I meant by the no G-Fest night.
Oh, I thought you meant like a no.
No, not at all. No. I wish I could have been there with you
No.
guys if you had all gone, you know.
I
miss
wish
you guys.
I could have been there with you guys if you could have been there, but
Yeah.
I'll take another drink.
Who's here? Jonathan Portman. Hello. Thanks for joining.
Kampai, my
Hello.
friend, my fellow collector.
Thanks for joining. I'm gonna stand.
Looks like
Alex.
Alex Sawyer. What's up, Alex?
Oh, shit.
Monster Hunter.
Alex, hey, what's up, buddy? Monster Hunter, hello. I gotta get rid of this. What is this? What is happening? My device is broken.
Was it a pop filter?
Oh God, yeah. Oh, there you go.
I'm trying to think of the last time
quality equipment
with you guys. Was I here in California, or were we still in New Jersey when the last time I did a thing?
You did the podcast.
-1 chat. Didn't we do the
-1 chat? Was in December. Yeah.
Oh, that's when I had
that
COVID.
Was just
I missed
in your
that.
new house. Your house was all empty because you were echoing like crazy.
Correct. And now you can hear me okay now because I'm in my space now.
Yeah, when you were on the podcast, you were at your house in Jersey.
Correct. That's right.
The Halloween episode of the.
That was fun. That was really fun. Of the Gen X Lounge.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Who else is here? Ray2D2's here. Happy Friday. Big Ken. What's going on, Big Ken? Hope everybody's having a good time tonight. I took off today. I was telling Mike, and I think I did more work on my day off than I would normally do. I did like tons of like manual labor in my yard. I had to dig out this like giant ditch and put this pipe in the ground, and it was exciting. It was an exciting, exhausting morning. So
what's the temperature doing on the East Coast these days in your neck of the woods?
It was 87 today, but today's the hottest day for the foreseeable future. It's gonna be in the 70s. Like,
yeah, it hasn't been as hot lately as it was. So it's been cooler.
Well, that's great. We're at a very balmy 104, which is actually on the cool side for us this time of year.
Gosh.
So yeah, I mean, that's a whole other story. But we had a couple of weeks in July where it hit like in the 120s.
Woo!
Oh, good.
It was
going on, Steven?
Pretty brutal.
Thanks for joining. So yeah, there's not really an agenda tonight. I figure we just catch up, hang out, do whatever. And David either had a stroke or he's frozen.
I think I'm frozen.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you, but you are frozen.
Yeah, I think my video is frozen. Let me check something out here. Hold. Chotomate kudasai. Let me see something here.
Yeah. It's the heat.
No, it's nice and cool. We purposely put a separate air conditioner in my garage workshop space because my stuff would melt if this weren't the case. So right. I don't know what the heck to do. Maybe I should leave and come back. Would they think that might work?
It's up to you.
Let me try that. Hold on. Okay. See you in a minute.
I have to play your little intro again when you come back. Let me grab another beer. Hams.
Yep.
So yeah, like I was saying, there's not really a big agenda or anything. Just gonna kind of hang out.
Yeah.
Shoot the shit.
That's what a Friday night should be for.
Yeah, I've got 3 boxes to open up, so I figure we can open those up. Holy crap, that was a terrible pour. Look at that head.
It's way too much head.
Oh god. That's what she said. Yeah, I wonder if I have to resend him the link. Hi from Mexico City. Hey man, thanks for checking in. What's the temperature in Mexico City today? Let us know, as we were talking about temperatures. Yeah, Mike, you got anything new to show off?
I got a few Bandais, and I pre-ordered a bunch more, but obviously I wait for those. But
yeah, I think
some
it's
stuff
Bandai,
I hadn't gotten.
Nice.
You
got to hit them with a hair dryer.
Yeah, our hair dryer broke. I haven't bought a new one yet, but you know what? It's not that bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
It's a little small, but I think it's cool. And I got these from Jordan. Megalon over here.
Nice.
The retro color Megalon.
Yeah.
I think he looks a lot nicer than the black one.
I'm trying to think which one I have.
And the retro Jet Jaguar.
Yeah, he's really nice. I love it.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
And the retro, I mean, this is the brand new one, the retro Space Godzilla, which is.
Yeah, I didn't pick that one up. But
I mean, I don't love the sculpt. It's still got the fins.
Yeah.
But this sculpt is 30 years old. God damn it. But the paint is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
That's bad all at all. I mean, I'm kind of Bandai only at this point, but I'm happy with what I'm getting. Pre-ordered the Zilla, the 2002 Godzilla, and that.
I'm back. No, I didn't know I had a theme song. That's great. That's perfect.
You do now.
I do now. Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to interrupt you. So, are we doing our recent purchases and things? Is that what we're?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I'm at this point, David. I'm just Bandai only, so I'm just picking up some of the newer stuff. Just Mecha Godzilla. Nothing.
That's awesome.
Crazy. These retro color Megalon and Jet Jaguar.
Very.
I was just showing off.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice.
And even though I don't love this old sculpt, I think this Space Godzilla is really cool.
That's the best paint job I've seen on that figure.
It's a nice paint job.
You got the old fins,
Yep. The
30-year-old sculpt, but I like it.
Yeah.
And I was just telling Brian, got the Zilla figure. Even though I hate Final Wars, I can't pass up a figure like that. And the 2002 Bandai Godzilla is coming out, and there is the blue concept color King Ghidorah. Big Bad Toy Store is going to sell that, so I ordered that too. So
nice.
Again, Bandai only because it's all I can afford right now, but I'm happy doing that.
Well, this is a cool segue to something that we're doing over on our show, Collect All Monsters. We had this idea that all of us collectors, especially a lot of us who have been in the game for a while, we reach a point in our collections where our journey shifts and turns, and we take all these curves, and even so, we are faced constantly with collector conundrums. So maybe it'd be nice for you to join the show and join the chat, because we're on the second episode of installment of Collector Conundrums. So we're talking about like your focus has shifted to Bandai only. Some people's focus has shifted to model kits only. Some people only do X Plus. Some people only do Sofubi. Some people only do specific Sofubi, like James Hartman was doing only Desugojis. He's bougie, but that's James. But whatever. It's definitely something that I find myself like still in this sort of area where I collect a lot of things, and it's really hard for me to focus in on stuff. So at this point, Bandai included, I have to be really super, super, super selective of what I buy. And I know, Brian, I'm not sure what your journey is doing now. Are you like just Sofubi now, or what's up with you like these days?
I don't even know anymore. So I'm behind my bar in the Godzilla room because it's the only spot right now that doesn't look like a bomb has gone off in the collection room, because I am So I think my journey right now is that I am trying to finally get the collection room set up the way I want it to, which doesn't really have anything to do with buying figures. It's more like I'm tearing out the carpet. Right now I've got about half the carpet taken out and replaced with tiles. Nice. The other half hopefully will be out by the end of the weekend. I guess we'll see. And then once that's done, I've got some area rugs that I've got. Nice. I've got a really cool Pac-Man area rug that's like the Pac-Man arcade screen. Nice. It looks just like the arcade screen. So that's going to go in front of like my retro video game section. I've got like a Donkey Kong one that's going to go in front of the bar. So I'm just going to do like some smaller like area rugs and just sort of like, I'm at the point where I just want the room to be like the room I just want to hang out in and not really, you know, like I'd like to come down here. Like I've been playing video games. I started playing video games again down here. And that I think got me into being like, I really need to get this room to like the room I want to hang out in, not just a room to like come down here, like show people like once every month or two if somebody comes over. Like, hey,
it's your space. It's your space. And I've gone through sort of like in my house in Seattle, I had my own room, like a specific room for my collection. Yeah. And it was really small, but it was packed tight with stuff, and it was really at a breaking point. So when we actually moved here, I did downsize considerably, even though it doesn't seem it looking behind you. And here in this particular house, it's laid out differently, where I have a really cool workspace that I had these custom shelves built and a workspace behind me to build models and stuff like that. Yeah. And this houses basically my model kits and my X Plus figures. I have a little bit of miscellaneous up here, little gashapon and things. And then inside, I've got a really cool little area for my Sofubi tower. I have a tower of Sofubi, and it's just really cool. That's all that's there. And then in the living room, I have Keith has graciously allowed me to display some of my vintage pieces, like the Popey Jumbosaurus, you know, the Bullmark Big Three, Godzilla, Rodan, and King Ghidorah. I have the little D'Agostini carved 54 Godzilla, which I think is actually like a piece of art. Some of the Peter Santa Maria pieces, and the little sake, not the little sake, but the sake decanter that we got. Brian, you were with me when we got it in 2015.
Oh yeah, Chief House. Yeah.
And so that's in the dining room, in the sort of dining room area. And then the Pièce de Résistance is the beautiful shag Ghidorah, the three-headed monster print that we got when we first moved here as a sort of a gift to each other. Then that's hanging right in the dining room. So it's interesting that my collection is now not only in one room, it's kind of infiltrated other parts of the house. And the reason that Keith's allowing this is because he kind of thinks it's cool too. Plus, we have something called a flex room in this new house, and it could be a den, it could be a TV room, it could be a collecting room. But he's using it for his crafts, his fiber arts crafts room. So he's got that whole room, which is pretty big. So I'm able to sort of expand a little bit in different places. So I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy.
Cool. It's called a flex room.
Well, that's what they advertised it as in this community. It's a flex room, so it could either be a den, a TV room, a sitting room, and a bedroom. Okay. There's no closet in there, so it can't technically be called a bedroom. But a lot of there's 3 different models in this community. And if you have a smaller model with a smaller backyard, you can actually, when you get in, when you buy your lot, you can actually have the builders make it into like an outdoor space with like a little, like a pergola over it. So you can have kind of be outdoors. And we have such a big backyard that we don't need any more outdoor space. So we used it as Keith's craft room. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I know, and I hope when our backyard project is finished that you guys come out to the desert and hang out. It's going to be your own little oasis out here. I don't know if you've ever been out here. And, you know, we're only 2 hours from LA, and we're 2 hours from San Diego. So we're kind of right in between two really cool areas. But anyway.
Yeah. So it's just interesting. It's called a flex room because I think every room in James Hartman's house is a flex room.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I was just going to say something like that. Perfect. I wasn't gonna specific.
I wish he was here.
Well,
somebody's here. Hold on, who's here?
Is James here? you here? Oh, Christine!
Oh, that was really appropriate.
Cheers!
Yeah, what was that intro music?
What a surprise!
David, nice to see you here.
My intro music was almost like The Price is Right, like when you kind of don't win a prize. So I don't know.
You had like the Looney Tunes cartoon character.
That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's funny. I was talking to Christine before the show, and I was like, "Do you drink?"
Yes. Oh,
like,
are you kidding?
Really, Brian?
Are you kidding?
She was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like, "I don't think I've ever seen you drinking."
Where have you been, Brian?
I don't know.
Here, but
You've been to G Fest with us.
I know. That's why I don't understand how I've never seen her drinking.
Me neither.
Party?
I guess.
Wait, I remember the four of us, specifically the four of us here right now. We first got to G Fest. We sat in that whatever the Bill Murray's brothers place is called.
Caddyshack?
Yeah, that's the one. The four of us were in there, and we ordered hamburgers, and we were drinking like the beginning. It's the four of us right here.
Oh, I miss being able to drink like that.
So
oh shit!
Yeah.
Brian must have a dementia setting in.
I'm old. I
Please.
don't remember so good.
Hasn't been that long since you've been to G Fest. It was only 2018.
David, you're a little bit older than me, so
I am a little bit older than you. Thanks for.
You were asking about my collection stuff. I've been collecting a lot of like not necessarily Godzilla stuff, like vintage retro stuff too. So that's the other thing I'm trying to do in here is get additional shelving for like non-Godzilla. Like I have a Transformers section, but I have like a Masters of the Universe stuff. I have some other stuff. So check this out. My aunt is moving out of her house. She's 80. She might be not. She's 90, I think. So she's moving out of her house, and my cousin Mark asked me if I wanted all of his old GI Joes, but they're like these GI Joes. They're like these.
Oh. Yeah, those are the ones. Those are the ones worth money. Those are the ones worth money.
Yeah. So he gave me a bunch of them, and he gave me like this thing. Look at this. Like this friggin' old. It's like a space capsule.
Oh my god!
That's wild.
G.I. Joe was an astronaut.
Cool.
He was an
pretty
astronaut.
Cool, right?
Very cool.
So I'm gonna make a little display for that. I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, so I'm doing more like, I'm not so like, Godzilla focused at the moment. Although I do have 3 boxes of Godzilla stuff to open up here on this show.
Not focused, but have toys.
We'll do it in a minute.
Those of us who've been in the collecting game for a while, especially us older people, Brian, we do have a lot of things that we love. And Keith and I also collect. We like very, very fringy Alien. I like Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
Yeah,
good amount of Star Wars stuff. I have Lord of the Rings something. I've got we just got that new Pumpkinhead from the San Diego Comic-Con, which is phenomenal. Like anything like that. So there's sort of crossover to other collectible things, but nothing, of course, like this behind you. This is the stuff. And Christina, I was just telling them about collecting conundrums, and every single show we're on, every single time we talk in this fandom, it something always comes up that ends up being a collecting conundrum. It's like,
yes.
And we at Collect All Monsters are trying to do solutions to it too. Like Brian, you just said, instead of getting stuff, I want to make my space really cool, so I like it a lot more. So appreciating what you have is also key. And I know, Mike, you've been in the Bandai game since I first met you.
I was gonna go into detail about that. I mean,
please do.
I would buy Bandai since '87 when I was only 8 years old, and I'm 45 now. So
that's before me. That's before
I go back with this company before even people. Yeah, David, even people who are older than me. I go
89.
Back
I started in '89.
And all my best memories are around Bandai. The Pony Toy Go Round, all of that. The original G-Fan issues and all of that's when I was collecting. I remember a lot of toys my parents bought me, and I remember my parents for this stuff. But then I went Sofubi crazy in the early 2000s, like the Gigabrain, the toy, the Pilot Ace, Marmot, everything. I had so much Sofubi. They were all over the floor in my collection room. It was so bad. And of course, the vintage stuff. But then we sold our house. I had to pack up my collection room. And almost a decade later, nothing came out of storage. And it became obvious I don't have the money for it. I don't have the space for it. Yep. What do I love? What do I still love? Then I realized it's not really the Sofubi because I just bought tons of it because I could. And then last year, and you guys remember I was posting those reviews on Collect All Monsters. I was finally handling my Bandais again after a decade. And
why did you stop doing that, by the way? FYI.
Because I thought my stopping point was the best point to stop, because I figured that was right before my father passed away. And right before having like better memories of getting the stuff, like
understandable. Okay.
I switched over to like online sales, and it was a lot less. It was a lot less of a personal journey. I figured, why don't I stop? But I'm kind of thinking of going back to it.
Resume with the newer stuff, because there's a lot of collectors who need like a starting point, and Bandai is the perfect starting point for a lot of collectors, especially like the smaller, newer ones. And because that's where I started with Bandai too. My first Bandai was the 1984 small scale Bandai Godzilla that I bought in New York City at Kim's Underground Video for $5.
Mine was the Open Arm 64.
That was my second. That was
my first Bandai.
Forbidden Planet. I got it at Forbidden Planet.
And that's where I got a lot of my Bandais too, Forbidden Planet. And the old Yakamatsus, which I'm holding on to. But then I was thinking, like, I had sold some Sufubis. I know I sold one to Christine. Was one of the first Sufubis I ever let go of. Is the Manda I gave her like a decade ago. That's how long I've known you. But then I was realizing I still love my Bandais. I'm still very passionate. But I was looking at the Sufubis. I'm like, yeah, there's a few I love, like the Giga Brains and stuff. But do I need these? And I'm like, I don't. And then I started selling them. And when money started coming in from them, I was able to start buying Bandais again. And I'm like, you know what? This feels better. Like, I sold a bunch of shit last year and had enough money to buy a 4K player and all those Toho 4Ks that came out. I was happier with those, and I was happier than buying. The movies come first. And I just felt so much better buying that stuff.
Absolutely, 1,000%. If the movies weren't awesome and nostalgic for me personally, I wouldn't have any of this stuff, because I'm not the guy who buys something because it looks cool. I buy it because there's a memory attached to it. And if it looks cool, that's just icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying?
And I've hit that point where I have to figure, what films do I like the most? Do I need figures of post-millennium Godzilla films? The answer is I don't. I don't really have anything. I have nothing of the Monsterverse. I have one Shin Godzilla figure. I got one Bandai -1. Nothing from like the anime films. I don't need it. For me, it's Showa and then Heisei Millennium, but that's all I need. So like, I've just been dumping stuff, but I don't feel a sense of loss with it. As long as I have my Bandais and the movies and my books and my vintage, which I'm not going to add to because this stuff has gotten really expensive, but I have everything I need up there. If you can see it.
Yeah, you do.
I'm supposed to have your pictures still. Like, you have all your photo albums of all the stuff you had, like all your Para Babies. Oh my god!
Yeah, I still have them. Yeah, and then last weekend I was hit with over $1,000 car repair bill, and I'm like, what do I sell?
Wait, you still have Para Babies? I need a Kumonga. You got one?
Yes.
On your plan.
But I'm not sure where the Minya accessory is. I know I have.
I don't want it. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You want the Kumonga? We'll work something out after the show.
And here's a question for all of you guys. So Mike, you just totally brought this to my mind. Do you guys buy collectibles from movies you don't like at all just because they're there and because you're a completist? Christine, I know your answer, but go ahead.
Sorry, Christine. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't like Shin Godzilla, but I
don't either.
There's some really cool sculpts though that I don't know, for some reason it's just the way the sculpt looks is the reason why I got it. But yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I only have I think 3 Shin Godzilla pieces now, but just because they look, just the style of how it's made, I was like, okay, that looks cool. I need that.
See,
even though I don't like them.
See, I have the Marmot. I have the Marmot Shin Godzilla set, the 3 different versions. I have the X Plus, which it's such a cool imposing figure. I don't have the Bandais though, so I think that's it.
You got to get the Bandais.
Yeah,
David,
I don't like the movie. I don't like the Marmot one.
I don't like Shin Godzilla.
Oh, what is that?
This is the X Plus special edition clear vinyl
Oh,
Shin Godzilla kit that I got when I was in Osaka. G Okamoto gave it to me when we were at H plus XQ. H
nice.
And I still have to build it. Yeah, this is the red clear version. So
Just fill it up with Christmas lights.
Yeah, clear
yes,
the way to
I
go.
could, or tinsel or something. Essentially,
yeah,
it's the same sculpt as the 25 centimeter one, but it's just clear. And Kyle has one. He actually built it. He did a how-to. But I mean, I hope John Ruffin isn't watching. Christine, number one, and number two, Keith also hates Shin Godzilla. He hates it. He doesn't like the design. He doesn't like the movie. I remember when we left the movie theater in Bellevue in Washington. I said, what did you think of that? And he turns to me, crosses his arms, he goes, I never want to see that again. Ooh.
I've only seen it once,
but
the whole way.
But
yeah, me too.
He absolutely loves -1. Like he loves it. Like as do I. And
one's a good movie, and one,
yeah, so
one is Shin Godzilla.
I always say this to my non-Godzilla friends and my Godzilla friends. It's a fantastic movie that just happens to have Godzilla in it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
See,
that's a perfect way to describe it.
See, so David, to answer your question, I don't hate Shin Godzilla, but it's not my thing. But I have the Bandai. I have one Bandai. I love -1, but the Bandai is all I'm ever going to need.
Love you, Cuddy.
Why? Because I want to be able to have a 6-inch Bandai of every live-action Godzilla film design. And Bandai has gotten us really close. They've done 73. They're doing a 2002 in 6-inch, a GMK in 6-inch. Pretty much every suit they've done now in this 6-inch line. So I want to be able to line up 54 all the way to -1.
That's an aspiration that is attainable. Like, and I know this is the last Bandai that I bought, or actually didn't buy it. Kyle got it.
I bought that one too.
You have this,
I
right?
wish I had gotten
Very
that.
disappointing.
I love it.
So nice.
I freaking love it. And you don't like
I missed
it?
the boat on that.
Well, Brian,
not for $70. I don't like it. For
you missed the boat.
$19.99, I would like it. But
Mike doesn't have one, and you have one. You don't like it, so maybe some.
Dude, Mike, it is not worth $70.
Well, you know, it's
that was
Mike. I wouldn't sell it to Mike for $50 and take a $20 loss. It's not a good figure.
You're a trip. Like
not a good
on that same note.
Hey
John Drain. What's up, John Drain? I wouldn't buy a Bandai Zilla or Gino if you paid me.
Man.
Not buy it. Sorry. And that goes back to my question that you're going to answer after I say this, Mike. I refuse to buy anything from a movie I can't stand. Why would I want to have that when space is such a commodity?
Yeah.
I will not have Trendmasters. I will not have anything from 98. I will not have anything from the Monsterverse or Final Wars, really. Well, maybe Final Wars, I don't know. But those are the ones.
Yeah,
never.
so can I piggyback on that?
Please.
I agree with you with all of that. No 98, no Monsterverse, no Trendmasters. Even though I grew up with it, I had it, I sold it. But Final Wars is a little different because at least it's a live action Suitmation Toho film. And the older I'm getting and the more it's clear that Godzilla has moved on from that, I've actually gotten more nostalgic toward Final Wars because it really was the last one. It's not a good movie. I don't like it, but there are worse now. Worse.
Oh, 1,000.
And I feel like at this point, like those anime films made Final Wars.
Oh, God.
And I won't really watch it. My daughter won't. My daughter thinks it's garbage. She's 9 and she's like, I don't like Final Wars, and good for her. But I have all the old Bandais, and I'm not going to get rid of them because there's some nostalgic to them, and they're really good toys. So
the suit design looks good. I like the suit.
I did pre-order the Zilla just because it's a character from the movie I don't have a toy of. Yeah, I don't like the 98 Godzilla, but I'll add this one because it's something from a Toho live action film I don't have.
I'll give you that.
So I bought it, and I wasn't going to pay like a dealer price for it. I got it from the Godzilla store. I wasn't going to pay $35, $40, $50 some people. But $25 in the Godzilla store, I may not be able to buy big extravagant things, but I can buy a $25 Zilla. That's fine. And it's whatever. I have the Final Wars Hedorah over here and the Manda as well. They were gifts from a friend of mine in Japan, but it's just it's fine. I'm kind of over dissing on Final Wars. Like it's been 20 years. I'm fine.
There's bigger fish to fry than Final Wars. I agree with you there. There's way more opportunity to diss on other things.
And it's so hard for me to really diss on the last Suitmation Godzilla film at this point.
I agree.
Now that they know it's over, we're not getting it again.
Yeah,
I can't be too hard on it.
It's got Kumi Mizuno and it has Akira Takarada, and that is enough to make it worthwhile to see. So,
and I have so many happy memories of that time frame, like 2004, 5-ish, seeing that at G-Fest. Yeah, bad movie, but the crowd was amazing, and that was one of my favorite G-Fests that I ever went to. So I have memories attached to Final Wars that aren't great, but it's like, I mean, the film's not great, but I'm still not, I'm kind of gotten nostalgic for the Millennium series, not to the extent of Heisei and Showa, but it's been 20 some odd years.
I like the Millennium series. I
love the Kiru films. I love the Kiru films.
Are amazing. Tokyo SOS. Oh my god!
Well,
I absolutely love it.
Well, that was in 2004. They were going to show the 2002 film, and we all got to the theater, and JD Lees comes up and goes, "We're not showing it. We're showing Tokyo SOS instead." And just the vibe in the theater that night when the opening title card came up, the best time I've ever had in a movie theater.
Wow.
And like, I love Tokyo S. Like all my friends were with me. I was able to afford this stuff at that show. Happy. Like my first G-Fest in like a decade.
Wow.
Like Tokyo SOS means a lot to me.
It's what the Millennium series did that a lot of people overlook is they brought back veteran Toho actors for even. I'm not even going to say cameos, Christine. I'm going to say major parts.
Cameos?
I mean,
cameos.
Aside from that's Christine
versus cameo.
So aside from Godzilla 2000, which is the second weakest in the series after -1, Megaguirus has Hiroshi Koizumi. I'm sorry, not
you meant
Yuriko Hoshi. Yuriko Hoshi is in Megaguirus, who was in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster and Mothra vs. Godzilla. And I'm trying to think, was there anybody in GMK, any veteran Toho actors in GMK?
Was there?
Oh yeah, there was. There was one. And you guys know who it is? There's one.
Oh, it's the old dude.
I don't remember his name. I know his face.
The bad
Yamamoto. Isai Yamamoto.
Doctor Who.
Yeah. And then in SOS we have Hiroshi Koizumi. Role as Chujo, and I don't think there's anybody in X Mechagodzilla. Is there? There's not.
But it's not just that Koizumi was in the film. It was a direct sequel to the first Mothra film.
Correct.
Like that means a lot to me too, because it's like there's some love there. There's a like people diss on Tezuka's Godzilla films, but he clearly loved those older movies, and you can tell in those 3 films how much he loves the older Godzilla movies.
I think Brian's got a box today. He's get Jones in to open.
Sorry, Brian.
Oh, should I open a box? Actually, I want to open this because I don't think I haven't seen that anybody's gotten this. So
go for it. Open it up.
Ooh, all right.
While you're opening it, I'm going to grab something that I just got today. I was going to show it tomorrow on Collector Monsters, but I'll give you guys a preview.
Yeah, I'll show off something that I got. I got a couple things, but I'll show one off.
Unless this is something completely that is not what I thought it was. Oh yeah, it is. Cool. So yeah, I got
oh yeah,
that's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Should I open it?
Yeah.
Oh, what is that?
So cool.
Because
Super 7.
The reactions.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now that Super 7 that's Super 7, right?
Yeah.
Super 7 is really knocking it out of the park these days.
This was the Comic-Con exclusive, I guess, which is I don't want to mess up the background because I feel like I should display it.
Oh yeah, you should. Oh,
yeah, you got to display.
I like that. I like that background. Yeah. Just take that plastic part off the front.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what's cool about Super 7? The guy who runs this is a huge fan of vintage Godzilla toys. He did
Brian Flynn. Yeah.
He did what is it? Oh, those are cool.
Oh, that's super cool.
And then,
Godzilla's really dark. Can you put some
pre-made diorama? I don't have to do anything.
That's
I
cute.
love that. Oh my god.
I love that. That's great.
But the exterior box with the poster art colors is really cool too.
Hands.
Get that can out of here.
That is so funny. That is so great. I like that, Brian. That's cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it's
Dude,
reasonable too.
If they release more of these with the with like a built-in diorama, I would probably buy a lot more of them because
they might.
That's
reasonably priced and accessible. Reasonably priced.
The box is pretty nice too. It may go back in the box.
I'd have a hard time taking it out of the box because I love the colors on that box.
The box is pretty rad. So actually, they live in the box, I think. All right, let me get.
You know what I was saying? The guy who's in charge of this is a huge fan of the vintage toys. They did a Hedera reaction, but he's also done it in the Bullmark colors.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And the Hawaiian colors too. And he's done interviews where he talks about how much of a fan he is of Bullmark and Popey, and they've done Popey color Godzillas. So like that's really cool.
Do you want to hear something about Brian Flynn? When I was living in San Francisco, I worked at a place on Fillmore Street, and Brian lived a couple blocks away from there. And I had bought something from him on eBay, and he's like, "Well, why don't you just come pick it up? You live around the corner." So I'm like, "Okay." So I went to his house. And before this, I didn't have any Sofubi. I had nothing. It was just model kits, right? Mm-hmm. And then Bandai model kits. And this is like circa 1999, 1998, 1999. So I go to Brian's house. He invites me in, and I see his vintage pieces displayed, curated, I should say, not displayed, beautifully in his space. And I'm like, oh my God, these are amazing. And Brian Flynn is solely responsible into getting me to sort of notice and appreciate Sofubi. And then I started looking at Marmot. The Parababies hadn't started coming out yet. The only thing that was out at that time were the Vinyl Paradise. Paradise. But it was Brian who put it on my radar. So I give Brian props, or curse Brian for getting me into Sofubi, to see all of his pieces curated that way. And yeah, because he had the store, Super 7 was right in Japantown. And I would spend every Friday afternoon in there hanging out. You knew him. Oh yeah. I haven't talked to him in a really long time, but he's a great guy. Great guy.
Well,
yes, I agree.
They should do Megalon and Gigan doing the high five thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. But I also agree with Monster Hunter here. And this is why I haven't bought any of these other than this set, because I feel like this set I can deal with as a one-off. But I see so many of the other ones, and they're really, really cool.
Every time I go to the comic book store, they
so
have a ton
many
of them. It's so hard to pass them up.
Like there's so glowy ones.
Can you just have just one? Can you just have just one? Now, while we're on the subject of Super 7, this is something that's near and dear to my heart.
That is so cool. Oh,
you got that.
Okay. This is Steve Serajoli got this for me. This is no, he didn't. He told me it was available because they didn't have any left at the show. This is the one that started it all for me. This is the one that I got in 1972 in Woolworths in Pine Beach, New Jersey. Wow. It wasn't this box. It was the glow box. I'm sure they'll do a glow version, but it was this color styrene. And this was the very first collectible Godzilla piece that I ever got. And it started me on my journey. And the fact that Super 7, paid homage to this. And I would love to see them do all of the Universal Aurora Monster boxes, kits like this. I mean, it's just amazing. But anyway, sorry.
I think Mezco is pretty much done.
I think so too.
Oh, they have some good stuff.
I wish they would finish the Destroy All Monsters.
Yeah, right. They were almost done with it.
But that's just
on those.
That just leaves the reactions as the only American-made Showa Godzilla toys. Everybody else is like, "Hey, say it later."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, they're that Mecha Godzilla set that just came out, which there's a review of on my channel if you haven't seen it, is awesome. I wish they would do more stuff like that. All the little like different effects that come with it, like the laser effects. It's got the missiles shooting off of his fingers that you can attach. I mean, there's like so much cool shit with that. I mean,
that Mecha Godzilla set was announced in July of 22, so it's been 2 years.
Yeah, and it came out the end of last year, I think, right?
Yeah, it was delayed for a year. So
yeah, they're really
a Megalon set would be nice though. That way you get
Gigan. They're nice little sets.
They
They're
are
really great. If you lived in
like-
like a small apartment or something and didn't have room for X Plus, they're like incredible.
And they're like
Great
little X
detail,
pluses too.
Yeah,
We
they're
would have
super
loved
cool.
to have had those back in the day when all we had was
Right.
Bandai, right? We would have loved to have seen this. And do you remember, Mike, when the heyday of the golden era of the Bandai standards were coming out? There was a time where there was a rumor going around that Gabra and Titanosaurus were coming, and it never came to be. It's like one of those urban myths. It's like, do you remember that?
I still have a dealer catalog from the mid 90s that said coming soon, blah blah blah. And then I have the next dealer catalog that says not coming soon. Sorry, blah blah blah. They're not coming out. It was definitely Titanosaurus, Baron, and I think Gabra, and I think Kamanga.
Fake news.
Question from the audience: what are we drinking today? I am drinking Hams, although I may switch to Golden Monkey on my next beverage.
I'm drinking beer. See, it says beer on it.
Yep.
Watered down
Mike is
Scotch.
drinking mug. Christine, what fruity drink are you drinking?
I have a
is
gas
that?
station drink.
Is that really from a gas station?
Yes, it is. But it's really good. It's
What does it say? Slushy?
It's a well, no, this is just like a cup that I.
Oh, I was gonna say that is not a slushy.
Oh, I thought it
Is that
said
a
Leslie.
California slushy or-
Leslie on there.
Yeah.
Lushy.
Lushy?
Lushy.
Lushy?
It's from a bar out here.
It looks like
it's
it looks
good,
like
though.
your pee if you're really dehydrated.
It's a ew. That's gross. It's the Simply Lemonade like strawberryta or something is dang good. I like my gas station drinks.
So it's one of those hard like White Claw bullshit.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like a
What are you
fruity.
drinking again, David? The Trader Joe's.
I'm drinking Trader Joe's Thin Lagen Smoky Peaty Scotch for $22, and it's all watered down now because I had a big ice cube in there. But it's freaking delicious for $22. Go check it out if you like Scotch.
Go refresh that thing. Go refresh it.
No, I don't want to get too. But you saw how high it was initially. I'm not gonna have another one just
Yeah,
yet.
that is true. It's early where
David-
you are too.
David, when did
I
you
haven't
start
had
buying?
dinner yet.
When did you start buying Bandai's, David?
1989.
So did you go to Pony Toys?
Of course, Pony Toy Go Round, Children of Paradise, Forbidden Planet, Kim's Underground Video, as I mentioned before.
Which Pony was it?
All of the
The
usual
Pony Toys.
suspects.
The Pony
In
Toys
Edgewater,
in New Jersey.
Edgewater, New Jersey. I used to take the bus from Port Authority from Manhattan and go all the way around past Fort Lee and down the hill to Pony Toy.
It's been closed. They've stopped getting in toys 30 years ago, and I still miss that store.
Oh.
And boy, man, I'll never forget walking in there, and they had like one particular shelf, all boxed Biolantes in a row, the whole shelf. Boxed Biolantes. And they were really inexpensive. And then they had those, those things that usually they have like hats on that you spin around. They had all of the Bandai Ultra figures like all around. And I think they were like $9.99 or something.
It was
like $9.97.
Not even. I think they were like $6.
Even less than that.
Oh my
God!
God.
Remember?
Well, I remember figures like Minya were $6.50, and the larger figures were $15.50.
Oh, 15. Well, and then I guess
I miss going into a store to find.
Those were the days.
Now you can get everything online. Like you don't get the. That's where all of our memories are attached. Like for me too, like I remember going into the store and having to hunt and search.
Well,
I mean, you can now, but
it was also my parents again. We get up on Sunday mornings and we'd hop in the car and jump on the Cross Island Parkway and over across the Throgneck, George Washington, down around to Edgewater, and it was a whole morning of it. And it was like, what are they? Because I didn't know what they had. Like my parents knew because the owner would call them and tell them what they had. So they knew they were going to spend money, but they wouldn't tell me what was there. So we would show up and there was like maybe a Baragon or maybe something else. And it was like just the joy of not knowing what to expect. Now it's just like
exciting.
We know like 6 months in advance what new Bandais are coming out.
They were exciting. And, I used to call them toy safaris. We used to go shopping like around like Chinatown because a lot of those shops in Chinatown had the odd out model kit or Bandai sitting in the window. And they were super cheap. They didn't know what was going on. So New York City in the early 90s was like a gold mine for like finding things,
Well,
and
you mentioned Forbidden Planet too.
Forbidden Planet, but you
their basement
store and see like all kinds of crap in there, and then you see, oh my god, there's like 4 Yamakatsus sitting right there.
Well, you go down the basement.
Yeah,
And all the Godzilla stuff was down there. They had the big King Ghidorah with the Pee Wee Herman doll on its back. They had a bronze just sitting out there. And they had bins you would root through, all the Ultra monsters. And they had Yamakatsus in the bins.
I asked to buy that Ghidorah so many times, and they said, no, not for sale. Not for sale. And then one day I went in there when it was gone. I said, where's that Ghidorah? They said, we sold it. I'm like,
it was there. It was there for years. That Ghidorah was there for
years.
years.
Suncoast had some stuff on it. Oh yeah, Uwajimaya. I just moved from Seattle, Jay, and Uwajimaya had some stuff in there, and the Kinokuniya bookstore started to get a pretty big Godzilla section. They had stuff from the Godzilla store. So I did get a couple of things from them over the years. But
I remember when my mom called Pony Toys one day because the Mechagodzilla figures from '93 had just come in, and the owner's like, "Oh, by the way, we're not getting this stuff anymore," and it was like. The heart broke. We had to find somewhere new, and we found a place in Massachusetts called Day Old Antiques. And we called them. We're like, "What Godzilla stuff do you have? What Bandai's?" And they're naming things I already had, and they're like Baby Godzilla, which I hadn't had yet. And then they said Gorosaurus, which I didn't even know existed. Like the 5 days it took to get this thing mailed to our house was the longest 5 days of my life.
I was surprised you guys didn't drive out there.
We did that summer. We eventually did, but
well, this was back when Godzilla wasn't in the forefront, like he is today. And like you could call up a store and say, "What do you got?" Well, I got something. I think it's Godzuki, right, Brian?
Godzuki.
Godzuki.
Yeah, it's just a dinosaur.
Yeah, and they don't know what they got, but the Imperial Godzillas were a big deal when they first came out. That was like they came out about the same time that the Dino De Laurentiis Kong came out because they had the Kong and the Imperial Kong, Imperial Godzilla. That was one of the few things that we had back in the day too.
I had those.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't even have Imperial.
My first Godzilla toy was the Imperial.
Mine was the Shogun Warriors.
Oh, that's a good.
And there was a long dry spell of nothing.
That's a great one to start with. Mine, of course, was the Aurora Glow model kit Godzilla from.
Yeah, I mean, people don't. I mean, I guess Christine, you're probably right at the like tail end of it.
This was mine.
Yeah, where you could still go into a store
and
hunt for Godzilla stuff, and everything now is so. I mean, whatever you want, you can get for the most part.
Exactly, which I love.
No, Brian, you're lying. Everything. A lot of things that are awesome are these damn lotteries that are going to be the bane of my existence.
Yeah. But I mean, there was,
I'm glad I'm not. I don't do those.
65, David.
I did, but I don't think I did it right because the way they did it was it was a really weird. I got the link and it's asked for your Instagram and then it says, "Will you abide by the rules?" Is that all you have to do?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I guess I did do it right, but
come on, David.
I mean, I love that thing. But let me show you something real quick, you guys, that I did get and. Another collector conundrum because something that I really wanted because my focus is now smaller pieces, like real smaller pieces that fit into my collection. And I have my aspiration, like Mike, you have to get every Godzilla creature in Bandai form. I want to get every Showa, not Heisei, every Showa Godzilla monster in Sofubi form. And I was missing a Gorosaurus, and my buddy Helmi Abdat, Ed Holland, and Kyle Yount collectively.
Yes.
Oh, whoa! Who the hell makes that?
Sun Guts, my very first Sun Guts.
What? That thing's awesome.
Isn't it awesome, Brian? I mean,
You've never had a Sofubi Gorosaurus?
No. I don't consider Bandai Sofubi.
No, I mean like other Sofubi, like Marmon.
No, I never did. I never did. So this is the only.
Dude, that thing is great.
You know what? Honestly, if that's your only one.
He's so cute.
If that's your only one, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is, and of course I have the X Plus, which I love, and I've got the Bandai. But as far as
that is fucking,
is he
awesome.
cute? And
Brian, how many Sofubi Gorosaurus are there? Even like the two marmots? Is that it?
There's a Marusan,
two marmots, and that
Bullmark.
Marusan and Bullmark. Yeah,
Sun Guts and Marmot. That's it. But isn't he cute, Christine?
He is
I love
I
that
can't
thing,
wait.
dude.
I can't wait to see what their next colorway is. I want to wait for a
So-
specific like.
So tomorrow
Oh.
we have to pretend that I didn't show this
All
today.
right.
On our show it and tell. I'm going
There's
to do
alcohol involved. You have
I'll
plausible
have to show off.
deniability.
I'll show off one of mine. I got 2
Yeah, what'd
boxes.
you get?
And,
All right, come on, Chris. So far, the only thing you've been on single screen for was for that weird looking drink you're drinking.
oh, my lushy. Shoot, I don't
I
know
need to
what
get
should I
hydrated
show
drink.
off. Do I show off like the crazy one or
crazy one.
Okay. This was I can. So there's a story behind this. It was a Friday. It was like 2 weeks ago, Friday night, and I was talking to Rich, and there's some figures that I really wanted from Wonderfest, and that he wanted as well. They're different ones though. So we're looking, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna get it. So I just dropped the money and bought mine, and then he's like, fuck it. He went and bought the one that he wanted. So we called it. So these are our Fuck It Friday purchases.
I love
You
it.
guys. Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
That is really nice.
whoa!
oh man!
I never even saw that colorway before.
Wow.
Somebody posted it in the group. I didn't post pictures yet. I just got it in I think like earlier this week. Oh man! So it's definitely way cooler in person. It has a pearlescent kind of spray to it. Oh, you can sort of see it has like a green shimmer. Dang, it was more
It's like spray paint. It looks like a spray paint. Like
it's
very cool.
and it glows blue in the dark. But this is the second sculpt of Godzilla by the Frog Tree Core Company. And so Frog Tree, he does like the Rinkaku. He's like popular for the.
Is it Frog Tree?
But yeah, Frog Tree. But this
okay.
was under his company. Is gonna call it Core/Frog Tree. So he's famous for doing the Rinkaku sculpts. It's like a little lizard kind of dragon looking thing. So that's mainly the stuff that they do. But then they did this. Oh, I'll just show off my other one. And the Shin Godzilla.
Oh, I love that one. I love that one.
Oh, that's nice. I don't like Shin Godzilla, but that's nice.
Amazing at any angle. So they had this is the glowy black and white one.
Oh my god,
like
that
this
is so cool,
man. Like I'm telling you, any angle, it looks freaking amazing.
It's like the Dada of Shin Godzilla.
Right?
Yeah.
I kind of like it's kind of like the frozen form kind of look in the color.
It looks very it does have that.
There's
I
a
want
colored one too, but I really like
cool.
this one. So I mean, I'm sure that they'll do. I'm sure that now we're gonna definitely get more.
Rich got that one too.
But
Rich got that one too, right?
yes, he did. Yep. And the thing I like about this Desu Goji is the way that the smoke is kind of sculpted. It's like it reminds me of like a feudal era art, how they
Japanese
how they
tattoo.
drew.
It's like the Edo style. Yep.
Yeah,
totally.
like how they did the smoke. So that's what one of the things that really like caught my attention on this one. But now they're going like stupid, like way more money than I paid for this one. Cause if you want something at Wonderfest, you have to get on buy or whatever you use, Yahoo Japan auctions immediately. Otherwise, if you don't buy it when they first get listed, they just like this thing is like $1,000 now. Crazy. So
Well,
they continue only for just a couple days because they're so popular that the lower price ones sold out literally instantly. So like if you want something from Wonderfest, you literally have to be on by refreshing pretty much all day because like the first ones that go up are always the cheapest.
Or
from there, they just
or you have to have somebody on the inside who can get to the goddamn booth in a timely manner so they can get one. And luckily, I had Ed Holland who allowed Helmy to go to the Sun Guts booth and get one for me because they sold out in like seconds. And then he handed it. I'm sorry.
The Gorosaurus sold out?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was gone. And then I saw it. Everybody kept sending me links. It's like it was. I think it was like $40 or something, under $40 at the show, and they were selling it for like $170. I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. I mean, I'm retired now, so it's like I can't afford that. Number one, and number two, it's just egregious. That markup is just so crazy for a teeny tiny figure. And anyway. Another collecting conundrum. I'm gonna tattoo that on my head. yeah, because
I miss when Sofubi was affordable.
Yeah, I mean, Sofubi used to be affordable, and it's like, and going back to the Bandai story, Mike, you'll appreciate this.
Hang on, Dutch. I mean, hang on. I spoiled my spoiler. Hang on, David.
Are we going to have a special guest here?
We have another guest.
Oh,
that I just
cool.
spoiled.
All right, I'll finish my
Oh, he
story.
gets the cool music. He gets
Oh, he
the
gets
cool
the-
music.
It's a guest. I don't know how special it is.
What's up, buddy?
What's
going
up,
on,
pals? How's
How
it
you
going?
doing?
What's everybody having for cocktails? I'm having actually.
I'm
just,
having an empty.
And then-
Oh,
I'm having-
David, you better go refill that sucker.
citrus green tea and a McDonald's Batman Forever cup mug.
Aw.
Nice.
All right.
You know what I like about this group? We're old school G-Fest pals from like way back in the day.
Yeah. Here's what
Yeah,
Christine's having.
John, where were you when I talked about G-Fest 04 when we saw Tokyo SOS a few minutes ago?
I don't know. That whole thing was
That's
hazy to
true.
me. I don't really remember much of that weekend.
Of course you don't.
What are you having, Dutch? What are you drinking?
Just the regular citrus green tea. Like I said, in my old Batman
old-
Forever McDonald's mug that I
That's
felt
cool.
like.
Your Happy Meal mug. Your Happy
Yeah.
Meal.
Also a Kit Kat.
Yo, these were the shit.
Yeah. I'm switched over. I'm now having a golden monkey. If you don't
I'm
know,
gonna go refill. Chotomate kudasai.
yeah, do it.
Get
That's
it,
definitely an
David.
upgrade, Brian.
Yeah, the golden monkey's high octane. Well, David's gonna refill. Should I open another box?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
All right, hang on.
Leave
then we'll
the
get to
box
Dutch.
there.
I really don't drink as much, so I'm
Yeah.
lame.
Hang on, I'm gonna open a box.
We love us a box
We
day.
made you wait long
Got a big
enough.
old- This box, I think, should be pretty good. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah. So there's quite a few items in this box. So
Yay
we've
for
got
toys.
the CCP.
Oh, I
again?
love the CCP stuff.
Is this the Godzilla store box?
Yeah.
Oh,
Another
nice.
box day? Lucky you.
And we've got
Cheers, John.
Oh, heck yeah.
CCP.
Cool. I really
Middle
like the
size.
sculpt.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the
Okay.
Godzilla store.
Those are
And the
great. I'm glad they're
CCP.
carrying those.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And the CCP
Dang.
That's
Oh,
pretty
cool.
sweet looking.
Which Godzilla is that? 54?
54.
I love it.
Nice.
Those are great. I love
I
those.
like the
CCP.
Gigan. I like the Gigan a lot.
And last but not least, the
Mothra.
Godzilla 64.
That's the only one
Look
I
at
have.
a
I like that
Mothra on
one.
its tail.
That's the only one I have. Hey,
Mike, here's
let's.
the Gigan for you.
Yeah, let me see the.
That's a
Oh, I
good
love that
sculpt.
Gigan.
Let me just pop him open.
I know Kyle's got that. Hey, let's do a cheers to John. John, cheers.
Woohoo.
Woo!
So there's the Gigan.
How much
Yeah.
are they on the store, Brian?
They're cheap, dude. They're like $30 or something.
Oh my
Wow, I love that
God, that's
Gigan.
Great. Holy
You
cow.
can also get them on US sites too. Big Bad Toy Store has them. And
Yes.
I think
You can get them
more
like
expensive on-
everywhere.
Entertainment.
Here's
Earth.
Dutch.
I don't think
So
it's-
let me. Oh, cheers.
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 Oh,
And we got, let's see, what else do we got here? Charles Oh man, Charles, thanks for joining.
Hey.
me.
What's up, Charles?
hi, Charles.
Thanks for
What's up,
hanging, man.
Charles? Hey, Brian. Brian, here's the bottle in case you're interested.
Oh, hang on, let me put you on.
Rocket Fire fan. Hello.
Hang on, let me put you on Still Store.
Okay, so this
Nice.
is the Finlagen Smoky Peaty Scotch from Trader Joe's for a mere $22. You can't beat it.
See, I feel like I would like that.
Tell him Dave sent you.
Did we get a discount?
Put
Did we get a discount?
D.co10 on the website for 10% off the order.
That's right.
Uh,
I was gonna say, David.
Rocket Fire fan, thanks for joining. And yes, yeah, please do like the video. I would appreciate it if you would also subscribe to my channel. I mean, don't all jump at once. Fuck.
I'm subscribed. Are you subscribed?
I've already done it.
I know. So Dutch, man, what's new with you, brother?
Lots. Well, as you know, we got a pretty cool thing coming up here. In just
Oh yeah,
about a
Dutch
month.
has a cool thing.
Well, not it's Reiko's thing, but you all know, you remember Reiko Yamada, right?
Of course.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys saw it there. Japan Society, or the Japan America Society of Chicago, approached her about sponsoring a piano performance of her and Patrick Godin, pretty much exactly the same as the one that she had at G-Fest in 2019 with the two pianos. And so that's going to be Saturday, September 14th at 4 p.m. At Nichols Hall Music Institute in Chicago. Tickets are $15-20.
That's exciting.
What's really cool, I mean, if you, like I said, if you know a little bit about Reiko, she was a student of Ifukube, was very close with his family, especially his wife. So she was basically like a member of their family. I love, she's a very good friend of mine. I love visiting her because she has just like photo books of just times when the composers would party at Ifkube's house and stuff like that. But
that's
she's going to be doing the main program to start. Like I guess the first half is going to be her signature piece, which is his Ritmica Ostinata. Which, if you've never heard that, that is just like the absolute apex of Akira Ifkube's like composition, like concert compositions, and it's very difficult to play. So that's a pretty long kind of athletic piece. And then there's going to be an intermission, and the Japan America Society had said that they wanted more of an emphasis on Godzilla's music because, for obvious reasons, Godzilla's popular. And so she was, she did like she would do the symphonic fantasias and parts from rhythmic games for children that contain all of the, the famous themes that we know. Right. And they were sort of trying to like figure out, okay, what to pull from here and there. So she's like, oh, I'll do the theme from Veron. It's this from King Kong Escapes, pull the Sacred Fountain from Mothra versus Godzilla. And Eric, who's going to be the MC, Eric Hominick, Dr. Eric Hominick, after he just got his PhD, we were like banding about ideas. She was asking both of us, like, what else can I do for thing? And then it got brought up, and Eric was like, John, what if you did a piano arrangement for this? And I was like, all right, sure,
cool.
Yeah. And
that's
so
amazing.
I left it up to him. I said, what would you want to hear? I mean, I was like, we have the surviving manuscripts from most of Ifkube's 50s and early 60s Godzilla movies and tokusatsu films, and I'm always about like more music from Godzilla 1954. So Eric was like, hey, why don't you do Prayer for Peace and Godzilla at the Ocean Floor as a medley, like back to back. And
two of my favorite all-time Godzilla pieces ever.
Yeah. And so I used the surviving manuscript, and that was, oh my God, dude, I felt like I was losing my hair for a few weeks there, because I was doing the arrangement, right here in my studio. And it's like, how do you take, you're condensing down umpteen instruments, like almost a full orchestral score into like, and this is for single piano, just an arrangement for her. So, I'm sitting there like trying to get all the harmonies in, and it's like, how do you do that without making the music something it's not? So, but I did. I turned it into her, and she really took to it and seems to love it. And I hope everybody else enjoys it. It's difficult to do a piano arrangement of Ifkube's stuff. It may seem easy, but it's really not. But that was enjoyable.
It doesn't seem easy, John. It doesn't seem easy. And also, if you ever find out that it's going to be streamed or available for us to listen to who can't make it to Chicago, that would be a really good thing to share, because I'd love to hear that.
Funny you mentioned that. I did hear that the Japan America Society was thinking about possibly streaming it. I hope they do. I hope at the very least it gets recorded, because it's not difficult to record two pianos. I mean, like I know the miking techniques on pianos and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's going to be fun. She's a powerhouse player, and Patrick Godin, who's the other piano player, he's just phenomenal. I mean, you're talking about two of the best players in the upper Midwest there, in the Chicago and Kalamazoo and Michigan area. So yeah, if anybody's out there, it's a cheap date. It'll be fun. And I'm really super excited for Reiko. She's always been a great ally of mine, a really, really good staunch friend. And it'll just be fun, because I know a lot of people are coming out for it. I think Steve Rifle's flying in from California.
Nice.
We'll see people from around Chicago. I do believe Kyle Burt, who can't meme, is going to come down as well. So we've got just people.
I'm sure Nev will be there, right?
Hopefully, but I mean, all might break loose there. So
Big Ken's from Chicago too. You gonna be there, Big Ken?
You know what? Jonathan Portman, my buddy from LA, this is right up his alley. I mean, this is something he would love because he's so.
There it is. I saw it.
There it is, right on cue. No, Jonathan, this is something that if this ever came to the LA area, that would be phenomenal too.
Yeah.
But first things first. First things first.
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, the various Japan societies do network and things like that. So things have been talked about and bandied about. We'll just have to see. But
that's exciting. I had no idea.
Yeah, I'm super proud of her.
Experience.
Mm-hmm. It is, because it's like if you can get the full feeling of that kind of music, but then you have just like two people playing it on piano and just kind of being able to replicate that power on just those two instruments. Wow. You have to be two really special players. And fortunately for the audience that's going to be there, those two people are special players. But other than that, I've just been enjoying the movie I just scored for John Hale came out on Blu-ray, War Slave Plans. I did his Deep in the Heart segment. We recorded that with some live players in Nashville. That just came out from Scream Team Releasing. And other than that, just looking forward to finishing out the year, finishing some important things off, and hopefully running my first 5K in November that I was going to do last year before I broke my shoulder.
Cheers to that. Not the shoulder part, the other part.
That's all I got. Yeah.
But those of you who are listening, and the people especially in the chat, I'll never forget being in the Pickwick Theater, listening to my very first live performance of Godzilla music that John, put together so beautifully, and his team. That sitting there with all of you guys listening to that was like probably I have to say that was probably my favorite G-Fest experience. The very first one.
No,
2014.
Dude, that night was
2014.
That was the best G-Fest night of any G-Fest I've ever been to.
I agree.
Dude, I went home. I went on Facebook that night and I wrote, I think my top 3 favorite nights of my entire life: my wedding, the birth of my child, and that concert. I literally wrote that on Facebook.
And I was at 2 of those.
That concert.
Why did you miss his wedding, Dutch?
Because I had to be there for the birth of his daughter. That's why.
That first concert was so magical, and I hate to throw that word around. It sounds cliche, but I felt such a kinship with all of you guys because I used to tape that shit on my father's tape recorder from the television.
Yeah, me
too. To not only hear it live, performed beautifully. That Godzilla Fantasia whole, it's been phenomenal. And then to have it in a room full of people who get it just like I do, there's no way to describe that. I don't think I'm even doing a good job describing it. And then, if you remember, when the show ended,
the vibe afterwards was incredible.
We were leaving. No, listen, Brian. When we were leaving, there was a big thunderstorm. Remember that?
I remember that.
Huge thunderstorm. Like it always does come some kind of nasty, crappy weather every July in Chicago. But I remember like getting home. I don't even remember how I got home, to be perfectly honest with you. But this is the year that I met everybody here for the first time. I didn't know any of you guys. Not even some of you, not even online. And I remember at that Denny's, Brian. This is going to crack you up. We all kind of went to Denny's, and I thought that you and Christine were an item. I'm like, oh, I guess is
her boyfriend was there.
Is that your boyfriend?
He was up there sleeping the whole time. No, he slept the whole time.
And then when I found out that you were not her boyfriend, I was like, what the hell? But
you're like, you single? Hang on.
That I knew that I was totally in like the right place. This community was the right place for me because we've all been through our ups and downs. There's a lot of negativity and nonsense, but when it comes down to it,
that was the night of the unbelievable hangout in the lobby at the hotel.
Yep, and
I remember getting back to the Crown, and John, when you walked back into that lobby, it was like a hero walked in.
Yeah, dude, the vibes after that concert were so good that everybody walked into the hotel and nobody made it past the lobby.
I was hammered.
It just turned into it, dude. That is the best night of G-Fest, and it's the night that we took that picture. That's been
group
many
photo!
times.
I
Many
love
times
that.
it's been tried to be replicated, but it's.
I'm going to
that
post
night-
it tonight. I'm
The
going to post
OG
it
group
tonight.
photo.
Look at it.
That was
You're
the
all in
spur
it.
of the
Everybody's in
moment.
it.
That was the
It's-
spur of the moment picture. It wasn't planned out.
And I didn't
that
know.
whole
Everyone's
night
in
was-
there.
I
that
didn't
whole
know
night was
Brian.
incredible.
I didn't know Christine. I didn't know Mike, and definitely didn't know John. And I'm like, wait, this is the same guy that just put together this concert. He's
Christine,
like
was that
really
your
down to
first
earth too.
G-Fest too?
And it was definitely like my favorite G-Fest experience of the whole
That
time.
was my first ever G-Fest. I know it was yours. Christine, was it yours?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
What
Brian-
was the best one to be
Yeah.
the first for us? Like, wow.
Well, I was gonna say, Brian, weren't because Brian and I knew each other like 10 years prior to
We
that.
knew
Like,
each
we've
other.
got-
Me, you, and Mike knew each other from the old Monster Zero.
yeah, and you and I
One.
went to see Godzilla 54 during the
54
50th
together,
anniversary
yeah.
in Philly. And I remember like reconnecting with you around the time, and you were talking about like getting out of it, and then
I know.
here you are.
Just
Sucked
when you
back
think you're
in.
out of it, they pull you back in.
Yeah.
Sucked back
Yeah,
in.
you
And
know,
of course,
If,
speaking of
um,
2014,
Oh, that's
that's
it.
a-
I still have mine.
Oh,
I
you
That was the
still-
best G-Fest.
I still
I
have
wish I
mine.
got
I'll
one.
never sell it
Mine's,
because I
mine
remember
is signed by
I got Satsuma on the tail.
there
mine
was
is
two
Oh,
people.
nice.
There were two people that I knew going into that G-Fest. One of them was Mike Johnson because he lived in Oakland. He lived in the East Bay, and so did I. And we used to hang out a little bit. And I knew Mike Johnson and Kyle Yount. That's it. And I remember going to Mike Johnson saying, "Hey, anywhere I can get one of those Desugojis?" He's like, "Yeah, come to my room at 7:00." So I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
You got his trench coat
It
on.
was like a drug deal. It was like the French Connection or something. But I've been offered stupid money for that figure, and I will not ever
I've
sell
been
it.
offered.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I wish I had gotten one.
Wait,
But at
which
the
one?
time, I thought it was
Get one?
a lot of money. No, I was it was my first one, and like
No.
I think I didn't bring a lot of
Hang on.
cash. I didn't
And
know
that
what
was the
to
best
do.
G-Fest exclusive figure.
Here,
too.
hang on.
yeah.
Make a
You're
sad
never
face.
gonna-
And
I
say,
got the
make a sad
never
face and
gonna
say,
be-
"Wish I got one," and somebody will send you one.
I
Go
got
ahead.
the glowy one
Go.
though. I got the glowy Desugoji and the biological.
I don't think she's hearing you, dude.
Not as
No,
good.
you're Not listening to me.
Not as good.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You're
You're
never
like, I
gonna
really wish I
replicate
had
this
one.
figure.
Yeah, if somebody doesn't want theirs.
Yeah.
Somebody send me the original skull of the
Somebody send me
54
one.
suit, please.
Here's a
Wow.
here's a comment that only me and Dutch
Johnson
will
may have an extra
understand.
one floating around somewhere.
Dutch. Here's a
Yo.
comment only me and you will understand.
Hit me. I was gonna come into this chat being like, "Where the hell's Bolo and Quinn?"
We're in the wrong.
Wrong podcast.
You're in the wrong thing, man. Hang on though. Hang on. Hang on.
Listen,
Hang on.
Listen
hang
to
on.
Gen X Lounge.
Hang on.
Oh my god.
There you go. That's just for you, Big Ken.
Call him up and drag him in, and just let's see his confusion. Like,
Oh
what
God, dude. Quinn in a live stream. That's like I think he would probably wake. He probably wakes up in a cold sweat thinking I've dragged him into a live stream. He does not want to be found or seen.
wait till Gen X Lounge starts doing a video version.
Wait till it blows up. Yeah. Oh,
It was
well,
fun.
I mean,
It was fun being on Gen X Lounge. That was the Halloween episode. That was really fun with you guys. That was great.
dude, isn't
Oh, yeah,
it
you-
crazy? Because
you were still
I'm
Jersey,
already
that's-
brainstorming a Halloween episode for this year already, which is
Well,
insane to think about.
Hey, it's
I
coming
might
up.
be available again.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, hell yeah.
How are we going to top the Christmas episode last year? Is my question.
Where we ranked like 50 Christmas movies.
Yeah, I think we should probably rank like 50 Christmas songs by how much they suck.
Oh, dude, we should.
How much they suck? Oh, I
Yeah.
love that.
No,
Because
dude.
I'm putting Wonderful Christmas Time at the very top of that list. And I love me some Paul McCartney, but that song blows.
John, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be like ostracized. I hate that song too. It is the worst
It's such a basic ass song for like.
ever.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not good.
It is the worst.
I do love a Christmas song. I'm not gonna lie. I'll Thanksgiving Day Christmas music immediately goes on.
And then we have to see, but then we'd have to decide how to balance our subjectivity and objectivity because we're gonna have to place Mariah Carey in there, and most of us would put that towards the top. But is it really one that belongs at the top, or is it more like
I have no hate in my heart for Mariah Carey when it comes to Christmas songs.
You know what?
Doesn't she only have one?
Yeah, she's got one, but that's all. That's enough. She's still making millions of that one song.
Yeah,
I
really.
guess
Wow.
if I
There's
said
a station, there's a radio station out here in Philly, B101.1, and they start playing Christmas music. I want to
In
say
August?
the day before Thanksgiving, and they stop on January 2nd. And I pretty much I don't have a long commute to work. I have about a 3 or 4 minute commute to work every day. So all I really do is listen to sports talk anyway. But from that point on, I just leave Christmas music on in my car the entire
I love
time.
it too. I love Christmas music.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah, I love it. I don't care.
I mean, I generally like the vibe of Christmas because I live in Bethlehem, the Christmas city, so they really do it up around here.
Oh man, I
You
bet.
know what? You can literally go in Christmas morning. John goes to where Jesus was born.
Living,
I know that was Nazareth. That's up the pike a little bit.
living in
do.
the Coachella Valley, Christmas is not what it should be. It's very bizarre being
Oh.
here.
You guys put Christmas lights on
weird?
cactuses, right?
I mean,
don't
we
get
need to go to
snow.
Tahoe or something because it is just bizarre. Our first Christmas was here last year. We actually went to Temecula where it was a little bit cooler, and they did Christmas pretty nice. But I'll tell you what, it's bizarre being in a hot climate during Christmas time.
Yeah.
And
It's
Yeah,
like
that would
70 and sunny and
It's
no
weird.
snow.
no, it's
Yeah.
more. It's higher than 70. I got to tell you. But
Down there? Oh shoot.
And John, you missed what I said in the very beginning as we were asked talking about temperatures. It's only 104 today, which is actually kind of balmy for this time.
104. All right.
And here's the funniest thing. We had those weeks where it was in the high in the triple digits, like 120, 121. And we can't walk our dogs because the pavement gets too hot.
Yeah, too dangerous.
really.
The sun
They're
goes
little Pete's.
We have to wait till the sun goes down to walk them at night.
You
So
give them some booties.
they melt. They melt. The booties melt. I'm serious. And
Get them a little skateboard. Get them some roller skates.
They don't have like the puppy version of like kitten mittens or anything.
we were
Roller
watching
skate
TV. We were watching TV, and I asked Alexa. I said, "Alexa, what's the temperature currently in Palm Desert?" And she goes, "The temperature in Palm Desert is now 100 degrees." I go, "Oh, Keith, let's go. It's only 100." I never thought those words would come out of my mouth.
God. I won't go to 100.
100.
How have you adjusted to like? Well, I mean, because you were living up in Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah.
So how's the adjustment been to living down in Palm Desert?
Mostly great. The last couple of there's 4 months out of the year where it's pretty excruciating. There's July, August, September. Well, end of June, July. 3 months that it's excruciating, and then the rest of the year it's like 80s and beautiful and cool at night every single day. So it's a trade off. But we just kind of hibernate during the day. We don't go out in midday. You know, we go to the grocery store. You know, be home by 9 a.m.
I was gonna say I do that regardless.
Yeah.
I don't like being around people much anymore.
We have to get freezer bags to actually carry the groceries home. So like everything doesn't.
What?
I mean, luckily we have a grocery store 4 minutes from our house, which is
I was
great.
gonna say 4
that's
minutes.
nice.
You're not getting Ben and Jerry's home in that amount of time.
4 minutes, but it's great. And we are putting a pool in the backyard. If anybody's been following me on
That'd be nice.
pool journey.
Cherry Garcia ain't
And-
making it.
And we do have a nice community pool that we can use in the meantime. But you need a pool, you need air conditioning. This garage has a secondary air conditioner in here because this is where my workshop is in the collection. Because there's no way. I mean,
you need climate control in that, especially with model kits and all that.
And since we have solar, I don't know about in Sacramento, Christine, but we have solar now, and our electric bill, even though we have ceiling fans in every room going constantly, we have the air conditioner at 78 constantly, day and night. We have the one in here going constantly. This is at 80 in here. Our electric bill is still less than it was in Seattle. Isn't that crazy?
Holy
Wow.
cow, that is crazy.
Well, it's probably more efficient because it's brand new, right?
Brand new, it's solar and everything. And once the pool is done, you know, we'll be able to, it's going to be great because we can just roll out of bed and just jump right in the pool because
I feel hot and uncomfortable just listening to this conversation.
I
I couldn't survive out there.
You keep your house at 78. I'll be dying. I keep ours at like 73.
73?
Yeah, I couldn't do 78. I'd be dying.
If you came from 115 to 73, it'd be like shock. You have to have a little bit of a buffer,
Well,
and plus
funny
it's expensive too. So
it's like 105 here, and then I come in the house at 73. I'll get cold and put on a sweater, and I'm like, what am I doing? Because like back home in New York, 73 were like shorts, tank
it
tops.
is.
I'm
it is.
here. I'm like, it's freezing.
Well, you've been to the Coachella Valley, Christine, with us your first time, and it is a different kind of a heat. It sounds cliche, but the dry heat isn't as bad as like the humidity.
Yeah.
So, although this is the monsoon month, August, so it is the dew point, which is their humidity level, is a little bit higher. So, it's good. It's not perfect, but we don't regret our decision. So, if that's helps you at all.
And that was your weather minute with Collect All Monsters.
Yes. And now back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week for more of yesterday's weather.
Collect All Monsters. Speaking of Collect All Monsters, Christine.
What?
What are you guys doing tomorrow?
Collecting
We're
monsters.
doing an awesome giveaway on our show.
Oh,
tomorrow.
right.
So
You're doing a giveaway.
I sent you a picture,
awesome
Brian,
giveaway.
You guys give shit away?
all the time, every month.
Shit away.
Man,
I
this
know, I
sounds
should've brought it
this
in
sounds
here
like a
with me.
pyramid scheme to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
those do
Middle of
work, believe it or
Beyond.
not.
Yeah, Middle of Beyond is
Is that what you're giving away? That
donating-
jacket?
Yeah.
Not my jacket. You're not
Really?
getting mine. You're not getting mine.
That one
that
that
I
you're
wore,
wearing in the
but-
picture, though?
Nope.
Somebody
Oh,
just
it's
said
not that actual
like
jacket.
6 of them.
No, I'm not asking. Like, it's not that specific jacket, but is that the jacket you're giving away?
That is the jacket.
Yes.
Yes.
That jacket's
And
cool as
it's-
shit.
And it's reversible. So this is only one side, but you can flip it
Well, what's
inside
the other
out.
side?
And
Do you have it
the
with
other
you?
side is like, I do. I can go grab it quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll just leave it
So
on.
while she's
leave the
grabbing
camera up. All right, hang on.
while she's grabbing that, we give away awesome
Hang
stuff.
on. We're good.
What?
We give
I
away
gotta find it.
so movies, we give away model kits, we give away posters.
So that's what we do. We just switch to porno music or what?
Yeah.
I literally
This is the on hold music.
Oh,
Please hold. Oh, it's right here for my face. All right. Please hold. I'm coming back.
We give away X Plus.
I'm gonna get flagged playing this
Okay.
random jazz.
you are
song. All right, hang on.
so gonna get a copyright strike.
There we go.
So this is the one side, like the bomber
That's
jacket
cool.
side.
That's super cool. I don't know if I would
Dude,
wear that in
I-
public, but it is cool.
I love this thing. It's super comfy. And then like the front has like both sides of the front have this
That's
like,
a groovy jacket.
cool.
That is cool.
But
Yeah,
then
I'm
the
digging
other
that.
side.
The 84
check this
Godzilla. I love
out.
it.
It is the 84 Godzilla.
Oh,
That's
see, now I might wear that side.
Yeah. And then
That side's
let's see,
ironically funny.
And then it has this decal on the other side. So it looks like two jackets in one.
So how do I enter to win this?
you just got to show. Go
Wow.
into the
You
show.
gotta watch our
it,
show tomorrow.
and put in the hashtag
Oh.
and have a random thing that picks the winner.
But the back of that is so. No, do the other side. The other side's no, not that one.
The other side, this one.
Cool side. Yeah, that's.
The cool
I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty cool.
It's really.
I'd
this
wear that
side
in
is
public.
like. This side is like. I don't know what kind of stuff it's made out of. It's like a. I don't
Is it
know.
velour?
This is like a shiny kind of
Formaldehyde.
soft kind of thing, and this is like the heavy.
Did you just say formaldehyde?
No, Naugahyde.
Oh,
But dude, no, this thing is
Formaldehyde is what her drink looks like.
what the hell is this jacket made out of?
Christine, you're so funny. It's a shiny kind of soft kind of thing. That's a really great experience.
It's authentic Japanese.
Oh,
stuff.
Oh, as you can see, this
love it, though.
this material it has
How
a
much would you
shine.
pay for this beautiful jacket?
It's totally worth it if you want to buy one. They do. I think they still have them, and they have a really cool Mothra one too, which I want to get that one next. They have like a hot pink, like the shiny side is like a pink and orange with this huge Mothra on the back. That one's pretty cool. So I gotta get that one next.
I like
That's
these
good.
side
That'd be a good
Yeah.
conversation starter.
Yeah.
It's super cool, you know.
So there
So
you
yeah,
go.
it's
Monsters
comfy,
giveaway. And if you win, she'll
Tomorrow.
fly to your home and hand deliver it.
I don't wear it for you too.
You heard it here first.
And then the server just broke down.
She'll wear it for you too.
I'll wear it there.
Yeah.
Deliver it, yeah.
So this is
So-
the episode tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, which is 6 p.m. for normal people.
Yeah, exactly. And this
Oh,
is volume
yeah.
2, as I mentioned earlier, you guys, about collecting conundrums, about how our collecting journeys have taken twists and turns, and hopefully sort of providing some solutions to those of us who have no more room, who have no more money, and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's a really fun, very, very what's the word I'm looking for? It's a
I like
very
the series.
perfect
Archaic.
series for us collectors, especially those of us
Erotic.
who've been in the not erotic, no. Those have been in the game for
Erotic.
a
I'll
long
bet
time.
you on this jacket.
Did you say erotic or neurotic?
I was just throwing out words, David. I don't.
He's just
I
erotic. You put your own.
I shouldn't have had that.
Your own
going.
Oh, like
letter on the
erratic?
beginning.
Just tune in. If
Erratic,
you want.
erotic, neurotic.
Alex Sawyer with the important questions.
Oh, what size is it? Okay, so
It's
actually,
Christine's jacket, so it's extra
No.
small.
It's a
Not
one size
gonna
fits
find it.
all.
no, it's not that
You can
either.
wear the
About that
G-Fest
thing.
and bust out of it
It's
like Hulk
not
Hogan.
that-
So it's a Japanese extra large, which means it's an American extra small.
No, it's an American size. It's an American jacket. But
It's a medium.
whoever wins, just give us your size, and we will send you. Well, they will send. Middle Beyond will send you. So I think it's small, medium, and large, and I think extra large. I'll have to, but if you look on their website, they list like the dimensions and the sizes and whatever. But so whoever wins it, we just need your address and what size you wear, and you'll get whatever
That's
size
awesome.
it is that you wear.
It'll be a schmedium.
Now, Christine, they were asking questions when we were all talking over each other, but do we give stuff away on the show? And almost every month we do give cool things away. We give away Sofubi
Yes.
figures. We give away posters. We give away
Posters,
record
books,
albums. We give away
records,
X Plus things.
toys,
Well, I'm sorry,
toys. We give away
Toys. All kinds of stuff. So please tune in, and you don't have to answer a trivia question, even though I'm hoping that we do that in the future. All we do is we have a tool that picks a random winner if you put in the hashtag that Kyle gives you at the timely moment, usually the end of the show. So
We gave away for our Christmas episode. We gave away a whole bunch of Mondo stuff, like the SOS statue. We gave away the big SOS.
you know the big resin SOS statue with the two Mothras. We gave that away. That was a really big gift. That was thanks to Hector and Peter Santa Maria.
Yep. We love Mondo.
A lot of cool stuff. So please check it out. And I know the three of you don't tune in very often, or you don't chime in. I think you really like the show. It's a lot of fun, and it's stuff that we've all done together.
I watch it more during the fall and winter because I generally am inside more at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a tough time. It's Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific and 6 p.m. Eastern. So it's a really strange time, but you can watch the episodes after the fact too, and like and subscribe, and who knows, maybe we'll have you guys on as a guest one day.
We're gonna do a Godzilla Collectors Group version of your show where if you get the we draw you out of a hat and then we ban you from the group for life.
That was Brian, that was so on point. Like, I'm not even in that group anymore, but that was just so on point.
I'm not in the group anymore. Well, I am in the group, but I don't go very often. So now you got to expand on this. So what's going on?
That's incredible.
No, nothing. I'm just.
No. We don't.
We had such a bad reputation for such a long time that. Have we passed 7,000 members at this point?
I think
like
we might have.
We're creeping up on 7,000.
We've come on. We've been drama free for years at this point.
Yeah, we've been drama free for a long time, and honestly, like, it's overwhelming. Like, I almost want to turn off. Can you turn off membership requests for a while because it's like 10 a day? Like, it's
no, just ignore them like we do.
Oh, it's too much, dude.
They expire.
You know what? Let's do a public service announcement for people, honestly, because in all seriousness, there are a lot of fucking scammers in these groups all of a sudden. Like in the last 3 or 4 months, like it is crazy. Do not buy something from somebody you don't know unless you're using PayPal goods and services. Like
don't do friends and family unless you know them, unless they are friends.
Unless you literally know
they
them.
are friends and family.
Yeah.
According to the it says 6.5K members we've got.
Wow!
Oh,
Oh my god! I remember when it was like 2.
We have about.
What was it when I?
But maybe like
it was Mike. It was Mike and Tim Crane. That was it.
But how about this? How many of them are active members?
I was going to say
50.
probably less than a quarter of them are even active.
Of the 7,000.
About 50.
Yeah, 10%.
Yeah,
but that's fine. 1%. I'm okay with that.
1%.
The 1%.
Yeah, the 1%.
I don't even care. Like whatever.
You know what? You know what we need to do. This will be really funny. We should do a quiz show, Collect All Monsters versus Godzilla Collectors Club. Wouldn't that be fun? Like a trivia or some kind of a contest or a game.
First off, David, I would appreciate if you get the name of my Facebook group.
Godzilla Collectors Group. Sorry.
Godzilla
club.
It's the Giller. It's the Giller.
We were a club when we had 3,000 members, but we are now a group.
Oh, shut my mouth wide open. Okay.
We were first. We were a posse, All right. Then we were a club, and now we're a group.
Well, do you guys remember? Do you guys remember the X Plus?
When we hit 10,000, we're changing the name to the Godzilla Collectors Mob.
Do you guys remember the X Plus Collectors Group?
Yeah.
Which I'm no longer a member of. I was member number 2.
That's
Oh
going
my
back.
god.
That's going way back.
Way back. That's even before Leslie was on there, and Leslie was Mr. X Plus for the longest time. Kind of still is, but
That was like 2010, wasn't it?
not quite that far back, but it was before. It was like 2012, 2013. Yeah, it was way back.
Oh, really?
Is that like 2010? I'm like, oh, that was only like 3 years ago.
It only feels like it was, buddy.
Oh, man. Oh.
You know, I gotta say, I'm not a big time collector anymore, but I'm really proud of that group. Like,
oh hell yeah,
that's my baby. I have Tim isn't there anymore as an admin, so you know that's my baby. So you know, I'm glad it exists. I'm glad we created it, and I'm very happy that Brian and Rich are part of the team. You know,
yeah. David made a funny point about. Oh no, it was Dutch. I apologize. It was Dutch about when we reconnected. I was about to stop being into Godzilla.
Oh right,
and collecting Godzilla, and I joined the Godzilla Collectors Group to sell
you back in
my collection.
Oh,
and
so essentially, what you're saying is this
that's
is
where I met you at.
again. What I'm used to saying is this was my fault, right, Brian?
No, but well, I really was against any Facebook Godzilla groups. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to stick to Monster Zero. That's what I want to do. I like the message boards.
They didn't give you much of a choice, did they?
Yeah, I was a late joiner of the Godzilla Collectors Group, and I joined because I was like, I don't really enjoy this anymore. It's just sitting in my basement. The room is like my collection room is like half done. I should just sell it all and just be done with it. And then I joined Godzilla Collectors Group. I lurked for like 4 or 5 months,
and I'm like, I know that guy.
Yeah, and then
how the hell did you end up as an admin?
Yeah. Well, now I'm an admin, but
we needed an admin who knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, and then I bought some stuff. Who did I buy it from?
No comment.
I bought a bunch of stuff just on a whim, and that was it. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not selling anything anymore. And then and then like 6 months later, I went to my first G Fest, and I dropped $4,000 at my first G Fest.
You walked into a car dealership, like it
was like
we're gonna get rid of my beater.
It was like I was a heroin addict going to like an alcoholic, like a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, but it was actually a narcotics swap.
Some dude's like, "Yo, you want to buy some shit?" Like,
it was like run by drug dealers.
That first year, walking into the first G Fest, just like you guys were saying, I was so like overwhelmed. I didn't buy all that much because it was like I was kind of overwhelmed by it. I mean, I did get the marmot from Mike Johnson that were the Dustin Goji, but as far as that goes, I don't think I bought anything else that year. But
it was
crazy.
With the amount of stuff you had in your room by the end of the weekend,
that was
Brian.
a good year.
You had way too much shit in your room by the end of that weekend.
I had to ship stuff home to I couldn't get it in my suit. I had to ship it home. I had to go to the UPS store and box a bunch of stuff up and ship it to myself.
My first purchase there.
That's the final form of Godzilla Collectors Group, the Godzilla Collectors Corporation.
Godzilla Collectors go corporate. There you go.
Yeah.
TM.
So, are we going to talk about Alien Romulus? Who's excited for that?
No, we're going to talk about that on Gen X Lounge, David. You should tune in.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, we're only going to talk about it.
Gen X Lounge.
We're only going to talk about it if Dutch has seen it, and I don't know if Dutch has seen it yet.
I did not go to see it. I'm supposed to see it maybe Sunday, but
I'm hearing really good things about it.
I want to go Sunday too.
I've heard both. I've heard somebody kind of semi-spoiled something for me already because, internet. But it's it's not like one of those things where it's kind of one of the whatever. So I don't. If you guys want to talk about it, go for it.
No. I just curious because I posted.
I am planning on seeing it for sure.
Me too. I posted.
I actually am kind of curious based on the positive stuff I've seen about it, though. So,
well, it's early on. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 98. I know it's super early, and not a lot of people have seen it, but 98 is a pretty good score even this early on. And I am a fan of the first one. That's my favorite. The rest of them are good, but the first one is the one, and I'm just hoping that it has the vibe and nuances that the first one had. And I've heard, yes, it does, and not as much as we need, but yes, it does. And I like it when it's horror. I'm more of the horror aspect of it than the sci-fi aspect of it. So,
same. want
That
the scary.
is what I'm looking for, and I don't know. Like I said, I posted it, and a few people have seen it, and it's 50-50. Some people said it's great, right behind Alien, and some people said meh. No one said it's terrible. I've heard meh.
Well, maybe I'll go tonight. I got time. I
Yeah,
got
you
time
do.
still.
It's super
You
early.
just said that, and I was like, "Fuck, that sounds terrible. I just want to go to bed."
But
I forgot. I forget you're 3 hours.
Remember, these folk
I
are.
forget you're 3 hours behind us.
yeah, really.
And I also think, at 5:30, I was also ready to go to bed. So
I got to eat dinner.
Yeah.
I gotta
So-
eat
I
dinner.
think I have to put the kid to bed. Oh no, it's
Let
not
me-
not 9 o'clock yet.
let me ask the panel, and I'll ask the audience as well. So this is the first one of these we did. Should we do this like once a month? Because this is pretty fun.
Yeah,
love it.
that'd be great.
I mean,
Hey,
if you'll have me,
Always
I'll
down
do
for a
it.
cocktail hour.
Yeah, because this was a good time. And I know Nev and Rich both want to do it. The other two members of Coffee and Kaiju.
If they do it, I'm not doing it. Just kidding. I love them.
I will not tolerate this. Rich.
No, I love them. I love them, both of them. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean honestly, like,
You should. It's
You know,
fun.
yeah, I'm having a good
This-
time. This is fun.
great.
I miss you.
Nev-
I actually miss you guys. I really do miss you guys.
yeah, miss you too.
I mean, this is just more of a low key thing. Like, I don't think we'd ever do like here's our agenda for the tonight's
no.
episode. You know what I
That's
mean?
not fun.
We have
No.
enough of that on our show, right, Christine?
Yeah. So
I don't mind an
We have
agenda,
strict
but this isn't the
regulations.
kind of
Strict
Friday night's not
regulations.
the kind of night for an agenda.
no, and we could do it a Friday or a Saturday. Honestly, originally I was going to do it on a Saturday. I didn't want to get in the way of your guys' show.
Friday's better for me, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
But I didn't want to get in front of this juggernaut.
Our conundrums.
Yeah. I would like to be on this, maybe for
Well,
volume 2.
I know.
Funny-
we need
funny-
to have
funny
more
you should-
guests.
Funny you should say that because
I
we're
have so
starting
many
a new-
conundrums.
Wait, hold on. We're starting a new thing where we are having, like every other month, we're having a special guest star come and
Oh,
do
yeah.
the entire show as if you're one of the co-hosts. So I think this week we're not doing it, but this month we're not doing it. But the next month we'll probably be having someone, maybe one of you guys, as
I
a
nominate
guest.
the Mighty Quinn, co-host of Gen X.
And
David, have you ever done like a Bandai dedicated episode?
no, if we do, you're on it for sure.
Oh,
1,000%.
you gotta have, yeah.
Because
how
I
you
could have
not
sworn
gonna-
we talked about that at some point, but
We-
I assume you just haven't done it.
We
So-
did, and you have to remind me via email. So when we have our planning meetings, that I can bring that up. I keep forgetting, but yes,
That's okay.
that would be great, and you would be the guest star for that one, 1,000%. I don't care what anybody
I
else
mean,
says.
either that or vintage, whatever.
Ooh.
I think you were the Bandai guy. You were the Bandai guy for sure.
At what point does Bandai become vintage?
It is. It's
Pretty
just-
much is, right?
Yeah. I mean, I call it vintage Bandai.
Well, you have to
at
define
this
what
point.
vintage means. Vintage means
What
means a different-
year?
right?
80s?
I mean, I feel like anything
Well-
past 1990 at this point would be considered
Like
vintage.
in the
Or prior to
90s.
1990. I
Pre-
should
In
say.
the 90s, we called 70s toys vintage, and now it's been
I was
30
gonna
years.
say-
So
Yeah, the stuff
True.
the first Bandai toys from like '83 are older now than what the Bullmark and Marathon stuff was in the '90s when those were considered vintage.
Wow.
Yeah.
In that instance, yes, old Bandai are definitely considered vintage, and
it's just where's the cutoff?
It's like the
You
Back
know,
to the Future conundrum, where if they remade Back to the Future now, he would
They'd
go
be
back,
going back to
he would go back to like 1985.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Damn, I hate when people point that out.
Wow.
He wouldn't even. He'd go back to the 90s
At this point, you're probably right.
because it
He
was
probably would.
Back to the Future came out what 85.
Yeah.
85,
Yeah.
85.
He went to 55. That was 30
55.
years. So it'd
So
be
at the
back to
talent show, he would
1994.
he would perform Bye Bye Bye.
1994.
Oh my god!
94.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
he arrives just for the bad news about Kurt Cobain. Great.
Yeah. At the talent show, he performed "Come as You Are."
1994. I was still living in New York back then. That's crazy.
I was in 4th grade.
Oh my God.
You were in 4th grade.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate.
Thank you,
that.
Ray 2D2.
Thank you, Ray 2D2.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Great escape from these unprecedented times. That you live in.
You're gonna play "Come as You Are" at the talent show.
Can you imagine? If they remade it now, you'd be like, "This is
That was it. I'm dead.
a
I'm
little
just
video I wrote the other day called "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Dude, I am deceased from that. That was funny. That was good.
Well, it would probably be banned now, that song, because just the title of it, and when if I'm like lucky enough to be on the Christmas episode, we could talk about how they're banning "Baby It's Cold Outside" because they think it's a rape song.
Wait, I thought we already moved past that and came up with a new
there was
one.
a Christmas where they didn't play it, and then they went back and played it again.
Yeah,
because everybody was
was
like, "Wait, that was really stupid of us."
You got that. You got that other song, WAP, and you know what that acronym is for. Okay,
No,
that's okay. That's okay, but you can't do "Baby It's Cold Outside," which is made when like the most innocent thing, the most risque thing they did was like touch the knees or something.
WAP.
So,
Everybody now is so sensitive.
you know what that is.
It's ridiculous.
Brian,
No, it's not a Christmas song, but it's
Rap-
I mean,
Presents.
it could be a.
it could be. I mean, it could be like a gift for
Rap all
somebody.
presents. I heard that song. It's good.
It could be a gift for somebody.
Whack
It could be a gift.
Elmer
It's my favorite Christmas song.
Whack all presents.
It might be a new Christmas song. I think it
All
might be.
presents.
It is now.
Wrap all presents. Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, no. No.
All right. I think
With that lovely note,
we're done.
I'm hungry.
This was fun, guys.
Christine's hungry. She's got to
I'm
go
hungry.
refill her whatever that is.
My
I
urine
gotta go
drink.
check on my
You're
kid. I haven't checked on her over 2 hours. So
got to go have dinner. Go
Yeah.
have dinner, walk the dogs, and then jump in the pool.
All right, hang on. Let's do this before
Is
we
your
go.
pool done,
Christine,
David?
No,
you want
it's
to
not
plug?
done.
You want to plug anything?
Don't want to
Your
plug
channel, your
Oh,
Instagram, whatever. Plug it.
tomorrow, Cocktail Monsters. Join us. Win this cool jacket. Check
All right.
this out.
What's your
Alina,
Instagram handle in case?
come in here.
I almost said it with a straight
13.
face. In case anybody doesn't know.
Gojira Girl 13.
There you
I
go.
in
do
here.
cool stuff on
Come in
there.
here.
There you
sometimes.
go. Dutch.
I plugged everything at the beginning, man.
Say hello, my friends.
Get the hell. Get
they
away
haven't
from me.
brought-
Here it is. One last time.
Yes.
Uh,
There we go.
Yeah,
I want to watch
If
the live
110, a celebration of 110 years of the composer and 70 years of his Godzilla film music. By the way, special thanks to Kiwami of Kube for getting Toho to let us use Godzilla on our flyer. And 4 o'clock Saturday, September 14th, performers Patrick Godin and our lovely friend Reiko Yamada.
Hopefully,
Beautiful. I love
hopefully
it.
it will be
Awesome.
streamed, and Jonathan will come down to my house and we'll watch it together on the streaming because that looks awesome.
Somebody wants to say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my god, I can't believe
So
how he is
tall.
now.
I know, right?
Oh my! I remember when you were a baby.
I remember when you were this big.
I do
You're
too.
tiny baby.
They all
baby.
know you. They've seen you.
I remember before you even.
David, you have anything you want to?
I'll see
I'm
you.
gonna
Finish
plug
the
the
movie.
same stuff Christine
WAP.
plugged. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Collect All Monsters episode number 55, Collector
Wow.
Conundrums Volume 2.
Crazy.
Please check it out. You guys are gonna love it. And again, we're giving away that jacket that's made of that cool silky material that Christine talked so beautifully about.
That's cool.
Soft and silky.
Ug Life certified.
Beautiful.
Yes, yes. Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome, buddy. Thanks for hanging.
Good times. Good times always.
Mike.
I have
Mike is-
nothing. I have nothing to plug.
Mike runs the Godzilla Collectors Group, and if you're not already in the Godzilla Collectors Group, please join.
There you go. Thank you. That's it.
I should like do a recording of that, like in a robot AI voice for every episode. Like,
Good.
Mike is the runner of the Godzilla. All right. Anyway, anywho, you can find me at Safubi Sit Down. You can also listen to Gen X Lounge, the podcast of silliness, where we talk about fuck. I have it written down, Dutch.
We talk
cannot-
about the pop culture of yesterday and the pop culture of today, but mostly we just shoot the
Shoot the
shit.
shit.
How do I remember your monologue and you
Dude,
don't?
I have to read it before every episode, or else I don't remember what it is.
Sounds like
And
us
I
and our
say it-
Collect All Monsters closing.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
said it for 25 straight episodes, and I still can't. I still have to read it. But anyway, yeah, Gen X Lounge. If you're into Gen X, or if you're just into nerdy Marvel, Godzilla, Planet of the Apes, whatever shit, it's the podcast for you.
Alien
and
Romulus.
also do reviews of Godzilla toys.
And
we have a counter going as to how many episodes we can go without a Godzilla or a Superman reference. We don't make it very
Not done
far.
well. Yeah, it's not done well.
So you have a calendar like they have in workshops. This many days without an accident. This many days without.
This many days without a Godzilla or Superman reference.
Yeah, the Superman references usually come from me, but yeah. And then we rate movies based on how many Van Helsings they're worth.
Yes, we have an interesting rating system as well.
And I love your logo, Brian. It looks like you use the Electric Company logo, which
yeah. So the next episode should be out this week. It is going to it's going to be jam packed with lots of stuff. We've had a lot of deaths. We've had a succulent meal.
So morbid about that.
We've had a succulent Chinese meal. We have the anniversary of MTV's debut in.
Dang.
If I had my notes in front of me, I'd tell you. But anyway, we're going to count down the first 10 videos that they played on the first day of the show. We're going to talk about some D3 news, a bunch of Marvel stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure Godzilla will come up at some point. Anywho.
That was scary, Christine.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Dude, that thing is
so cute, David. Oh my god!
Dude, that thing is great, man. What a great figure.
Sun Guts.
I hope the next colorway is a good one.
What a great figure.
My first Sun Guts.
All right.
That's like a perfect likeness, David.
What's that?
That Gorosaurus is like a perfect likeness. It really captures him.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say looks like me, perfect likeness.
Oh yeah, that too. It just needs a beard.
Are you trying to say I'm a dinosaur, Mike? Is that what you're trying to say?
Nah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We will do this again in September if feedback is good, and I feel like people enjoyed this, so I guess we'll do it again.
This is fun.
Good time.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, I love you all.
Love you too.
Bye.
How about some coffee? Coffee? I like coffee.